So I'm not going to do a complete hair video, but I wanted to show you guys I washed my hair. And what I did with my hair is I twisted it, but I didn't do like a really tight twist. This is kind of a loose twist and it always curls. But if I wanted to, once I do this loose twist, and if you see the other hair videos that I've done, I'd be able to just undo it and leave it the way I did it in the other hair videos. But I wanted to show you the update on my hair and, you know, show you guys, because if you see the other hair videos, you'll see that I've always kind of given you guys an update on my hair. So because of the stress and the aggravation, of course, the hair to me seems a little like it's thinning, but you know, I always show you guys. So I didn't do like a really tight twist. I just kind of did a looser twist because I always like to keep hair texture. So I want to tell you about what the lying gossips are saying, you know, just kind of to warn you that these people are out there. So they said, okay, let's go item by item. So when years ago, I went to the Metropolitan Museum of Art with the college boyfriend who turned out to now be stalking me after we haven't seen each other since 1996. There's no reason for him to want to be in my life. And so I put up the letters online publicly so that everyone involved in the situation I'm exposing, nobody should go through this. So they said that I told the elementary schoolmate about a wedding I attended in the 1990s. So that's the latest thing. So if you are involved, if you were involved in a wedding in the 1990s, I want to let you know that they're publicly talking about you and your situation. So that's my point. We all have our lives. These people do nothing but try to take advantage of our lives. And that's my point with life. There are going to be two types of people. People who have lives and people who try to take advantage of lives. These are the take advantage of lives people. So I always have to prove everything, because otherwise people will believe their lies. So they told me they wanted me to talk about the 1990-something wedding because they don't know exactly what happened. But a guy who was a coworker spread rumors about it. So they wanted me to talk about it. I refuse. The other thing I wanted to prove is this sweater I got from my mom. This was her sweater. Let me see if I can kind of show you guys this sweater. It's such a cool sweater. And it has like a hood and everything. And it had a belt, but I don't have the belt on. So this was an example of something I wore. I told you about the job where every time I wore something, either they wanted me to find it for them and buy it. And, you know, sometimes they'll say, oh, I'll give you the money for it. Or they didn't believe I got it from wherever I got it. So this was a sweater I was wearing and they couldn't believe it. They said, oh, this sweater, this couldn't be from your mom. Obviously it's from my mom, because they didn't want to believe that I don't know. That's the point about what I'm telling you guys. And when I'm telling you all their lies, normal people will say, obviously, if I say it's from my mom, that's not like me saying, oh, it's from some fancy place. It's like it's from my mom. Why wouldn't you believe it? But I think what it does is it creates the idea that I'm a liar. So it's a way of discrediting me so much that, how do you prove it's from your mom? What am I supposed to bring my mom with me? Like get a little note from my mom, like, oh, this is from, I gave this to my daughter, like have her name in it. It's just, so that's how these types of people are. Like I said, they take advantage of people who are living their lives. So they exploit you. The other thing is that I'm doing these readings. I have, you know, these apps to read the amount of EMF, electromagnetic frequency in my apartment. It's off the charts. So part of when I'm doing these videos, I'm telling you I'm getting all confused and I don't feel well. That's part of it. They said they wanted to do that because they want my head to become like a radio receptor so that they can make me hear them. Everybody can hear them. They're talking out loud. I don't understand. If you talk out loud, everyone can hear you. Why would my head have to be a receiver? So they said, oh, it's because we want you to be able to see images or after images or videos while you're sleeping. That's a way of making me seem crazy. So you're going to expose me to damaging radiation to make me go around saying, oh my God, I'm seeing things. Doesn't that sound sick? Again, people living life versus people trying to take advantage. So the other thing I wanted to show you is, this is something they talked about a lot. This is me. In 1991, when I graduated from high school, I put my own hair in braids, something like this. But I did like really small braids, and I really loved it. But after a while, my hair was relaxed, so I cut it off. And then I had like a really short haircut. And I think I showed you that in a previous video. I don't have a picture nearby. So then after that, as my hair was growing out, because I didn't want to relax anymore, I put it into, you know, when you get fake hair and then you braid it, we call those extensions. I guess they still call braids extensions, but I know back then, this would have been in the 1990s. You go to a store, you get like a bag of hair, and I used to do it myself, and I did it, and then I would burn the ends. So this is a picture from 1995 with me with the hair that I did. So many years later, so maybe in the 2000 sometimes, they were like, you're wearing a weave. And I didn't have a weave. I didn't have the braids, and I had my own natural hair. Similar to this, I used to, I think I showed you in a previous video, I used to take the flat iron. Back then it could have been a curling iron, and just flat iron my hair. And it used to, because you can kind of tell, let's see, it used to get really straight. So they would say, oh, you're wearing a weave. So it used to get really straight. So they'll say, oh, you're wearing a weave. And I'm like, no. So I said years ago I had extensions. And now it seems that some people call weaves or pieces of hair extensions. But back in the 90s, I'm 49, we called braids extensions. So that kind of settles that lie. And I know you guys out there who know about this understand. The other thing I wanted to tell you folks is that they said they need these stories because what they're doing with these stories is they're making AI technology. And that's part of what I've been saying. This is an exploitive group of people. So they wanted to use me to create technology for customer service. And because I have a background in customer service. So then they tried to lie and say that I wasn't a good salesperson. I was always a good salesperson. Now there's a difference. There's a difference when, instead of being a salesperson, you're pulled off to do other tasks. That's not going to help your sales. And that's my point. We're going to stop with lies. We're not going to keep the lies going. We're going to keep telling the truth. I'm not going to use their examples of my sales. I'm going to use reality. And that's my point. They want to always discredit me and make me seem like I wasn't good at something when they manipulate situations. And this is my point. So they said they're trying to match things that they've done wrong to try to twist and distort to make it seem like I did those same things wrong. So when I defend myself, they can use it to defend themselves. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. Hire somebody to do that. So what this whole process is for them is a way of finding out how they can make money off me, off my life. Guess what? Read the book. There's a book. There's a book that already tried to make money off my life. We don't need any. Oh, I think there's more than one book that tried to make money off my life. Let's deal with reality. And that's my point to these people. Let's deal with reality. If you're trying to come up with stories and lies to discredit me, come up with the truth. And I'm doing this publicly because I want these public conversations. They said when I was pretty, I don't know. One minute they said I was dusty and ugly and no man wanted me. Now they're like, when you were pretty. I couldn't be myself because people would criticize me more. Isn't that a problem? So now we have a problem based on people's looks. Then they said, oh, when you were skinny, you couldn't. So it was always something like when this happened, when that happened. Well, when those things happened, we should have, as a society, spoke up against people who take advantage of us based on how we look, or how we do certain things. We, as a society, have to speak out against people who take advantage of other people. And that's what I'm going to title this: People Who Take Advantage of Other People. So now they're going to say, haven't you